He's a broke loser who works 2 shifts at a car wash. Honestly, I'm just waiting for someone better to come along. Those were the words my wife, Megan, told her 3 best friends over brunch on a Sunday morning. I was standing right outside the restaurant door holding a bouquet of lilies, her favorite, because it was our 3rd anniversary. She didn't see me. Her friends laughed, one of them saying, "At least he's consistent." Megan just rolled her eyes and said, "Consistently pathetic." I didn't walk in. I set the flowers on a random car's hood and walked away. I never said a single word to her about that morning. What Megan didn't know was why I was working those shifts. 2 years ago, she had confessed to me that she'd secretly racked up $80,000 in credit card debt and student loans that were about to default. She was terrified. I told her we'd figure it out. I was a junior architect by day, but that salary barely covered our rent in the city. So I took a second job, then a third. I worked 18-hour days, scrubbing luxury SUVs until my hands bled and my back felt like it was breaking. I told her I was working late on projects, so she wouldn't feel the guilt of my manual labor. I had just made the final payment that Friday. We were debt-free. I was going to surprise her with the confirmation papers inside that bouquet of lilies. Instead, I went back to our apartment, packed my 2 suitcases, and left the debt clearance papers on the kitchen island. No note, no explanation. I blocked her number before I even reached the subway. She called from dozen different numbers over the next week. I changed mine. I quit my firm, took a job offer in Chicago that I'd been turning down for her, and disappeared. I spent the next 5 years burying myself in work. I stopped being the nice guy who sacrificed everything for people who didn't respect him. I started my own design build firm. Life in Chicago was different. I met Claire at a charity gala I was sponsoring. She was smart, independent, and most importantly, she respected people regardless of their title. We got married 2 years ago. We have a son now, and a home that feels like a sanctuary, not a prison of secrets. I had almost forgotten the sound of Megan's voice. I thought that chapter was closed forever. Last month, I was back in the city for a high-end commercial project. I was grabbing a coffee at a small shop near my old office when I saw her. Megan was behind the counter, wearing a faded uniform and a name tag. She looked tired, 10 years older than she actually was. When it was my turn to order, she looked up, and the color drained from her face. She dropped the portafilter she was holding. Her hands started shaking, and her eyes welled up instantly. She whispered my name like it was a prayer. She came around the counter, ignoring the line of customers. "I'm so sorry," she sobbed. "I lost everything. After you left, I couldn't keep up. I've looked for you every day. Please, can we just talk? I'm struggling so much." I looked at her shaking hands, remembered the smell of the car wash soap, and thought about those lilies on the hood of a stranger's car. I adjusted my suit jacket, looked her dead in the eye, and said just 3 words, "Check the balance." Then I walked out to my car and never looked back.